Hey everybody, welcome back to our channel. My name is Luke Niermann. I'm an immigration attorney here at Joseph & Hall, and today we're going to talk about an important topic: what to do if you have an I-601A waiver that's pending, or even if it's been approved, especially in light of the Biden administration's new announcement last week on parole for spouses of U.S. citizens. So first, a quick recap. The I-601A waiver, that's known as a Provisional Unlawful Presence Waiver, that allows certain family members of U.S. citizens and permanent residents to apply for a waiver for their unlawful presence, and to do that whole process here in the United States before they depart for their interview at a U.S. embassy or consulate abroad. Now, with this recent announcement by the Biden administration on parole, many of you might be wondering how this affects your case. Now, we're still waiting on all the details from the government in terms of how this process exactly is going to play out, what the fees will be, what the timeline is going to be. But the short answer is that if you have an I-601A pending, or even if it's approved, it's really worth your time to talk to an immigration attorney to decide if it might make sense for you to switch course and pursue parole instead of the I-601A. Now, I'd like to highlight just a couple considerations as you think about this. So first, whenever someone applies for an immigrant visa abroad, there's always some risk that a consular officer could deny the visa. Now, hopefully you have worked with a good attorney and you've prepared well for that visa interview, and that's not going to happen. But if your visa is denied, it can be really difficult and time-consuming to try to fix things. And meanwhile, you're outside the United States during that entire time. Number two, some cases can get stuck in administrative processing after the visa interview. So you go to your interview, you have the interview with the consular officer. They might not issue a decision right there on the spot and tell you they're going to review some things. But then sometimes a case gets stuck in administrative processing. It can take weeks or even months to get a final decision on the case. So for a lot of people, it's just logistically challenging to think about being outside of the United States and away from your job and your family for so long. And a third consideration is that with the 601A process, you can't get work authorization or a Social Security card until you actually complete the process and come back into the United States with your immigrant visa. However, with this parole process, you will be eligible to apply for a work permit once that parole is approved, or once you then file your application for permanent residency. So that's a huge benefit to a lot of people. Now, again, consulting with an immigration attorney on the specifics of your case is really important. If you have questions, or if you'd like to speak with us about how this process might affect your case, please reach out. We are here to help you navigate this immigration process. Thanks.